Spirit is really triggering us right now to heal our inner child wounds, to really look at what hurt us as children and what hurt are we holding on to that is making us heavier, that is weighing us down, okay? And the reason that we are being shown these childhood wounds right now is because there is some growth that is trying to happen. There is a breakthrough, which is what this card says. There is a breakthrough that is trying to happen. But in order to break through the glass ceiling, in order to break through and to elevate, we have to release heavy things that we're holding on to that aren't serving us, i.e. childhood wounds, okay? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of TTALK, where it is you plus me plus a lovely cup of tea. And today we are back with another episode. If you guys are new here, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Nala Asa Shakur, also known as Tyler A. Norman. I am the author of the book Love Starts Here. If you haven't seen this cover, heard about this book, checked it out, read it, definitely click that link down below, read more about it. This book is going to take you down a life-changing journey, and I know so because it was the expression of how my life changed and how I learned what love is and the energy of love, and I learned vibrations and frequencies and just our different energy bodies and how to take care of self truly, how we align with nature and just the true essence of energy. So definitely read this. It's definitely like a self-help healing journey. So yeah, like I said, I'll link that down below. I'm also the owner and CEO of the All Natural right here, which is your one-stop holistic health shop, where we provide all your needs for a natural lifestyle. So yes, if you guys are returning, thank you so much for coming back to this podcast. I truly appreciate you guys, whether you are on YouTube, whether you are listening on Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast platform, whether you're just watching the short videos on Instagram, whatever it is. Thank you so much for supporting this podcast, sharing, reposting, retweeting, liking, anything, any interaction, or just simply watching. You know, this podcast wouldn't be growing without you guys, without the watchers and the listeners and the supporters. So I definitely give gratitude for you all and recognition. So yeah, you guys know how this goes. We're going to go ahead and do like a little mini meditation. And we're going to get straight into the message today, all right? I feel like it's going to be a good one. So, all right, let's go ahead and get in a comfortable spot. Make sure we're sitting down. We can lay down, sit down, whatever we do, just make sure our shoulders are relaxed. Jaws unclenched. Hands open, palms up, ready to receive. Let's roll that neck around and go the other way. Chin up. And let's take 3 deep breaths. First, we're going to go in through the nose. 1, 2, 3. We're going to take a deep inhale, 1, 2, 3. Pause, heavy out through the mouth. One more super deep inhale from the stomach on 1, 2, 3. Pause, blow hard out through the mouth. Thank you, Mother, Father, Creator. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this space. Thank you for this energy and this time that we have to receive messages from the divine, receive divine wisdom from the Most High, receive guidance, clarity, inner over and understanding, affirmations, advice, whatever it is we need to learn, we need to hear, we need to see, we need to connect with and relate to on our personal journey that just allows us to learn to love ourselves more, to learn life more, to learn others more, and to love all of these things even more. And I pray that this message, this divine guidance, truly just relates to, like I said, whatever we have, whatever we're dealing with, whatever is present right in front of us. Whatever is present, please bring our the truth of the matter, reveal the lesson, and allow us to learn it, to let it go, and to elevate and move on, Spirit. I give gratitude in advance for the healing that we are about to receive. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it today. Sorry, there was something in my eye. But yeah, I got some new cards. My best friend gave me these. She recycled them, passed them down to me, and I am forever grateful. These are the Voyager Tarot cards. So yeah, I'll show y'all the box. It's a little messed up, but it's okay. You'll get the point. Voyager Tarot cards. So yeah, these cards are beautiful. They're amazing, beautiful messages. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get a visual as for what we're talking about today, what Spirit wants us to hit on. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. All right, so the first card we picked is growth, and there's a white flower on here, and there is a little baby hand. Okay, then we have logic. And love. Aww. Okay, I get, and breakthrough. Okay, I have beautiful, this is beautiful energy right here. First, we have growth. Then we have logic. Then we have love. And then we have breakthrough. Okay? So, first I'm getting, the first message I'm getting is that a lot of us are going through inner child healing, okay? So, when you get into a relationship, when you have your first child, or when you find yourself at a balance of feminine and masculine energy, like you have been working on, say you've been working on your mother wounds, you've been working on your father wounds, you've been working on balancing and expressing each element of feminine and masculine energy. So you've been finding balance within, you've been being whole, you've had a sense of wholeness within. Or let's say you're in a relationship. This may be a long-term relationship where you are seeing something with this person. You're seeing this person as a divine partner, whether they are or not, like destined to be that for the rest of your time here. If you guys are in a union of love, a union of balanced feminine and masculine energy, just like from within. So basically what I'm trying to say, when we reach any circumstance or any experience where there is a balance of feminine and masculine energy, which creates wholeness, which creates life, our inner child wounds are going to begin to show up, because simply the inner child wounds located in the heart chakra area. The heart chakra is the center where the spiritual and the physical world meet, where the spiritual chakras and the physical chakras meet. They meet in the heart. Okay, so the feminine energy and the masculine energy meet at the heart, and that's where both are located, and that is where inner child energy is located. So anything that is involving the balance of feminine and masculine, or involving true love from within the heart chakra, our inner child wounds are going to begin to show up. Okay, and our inner child wounds are just like things that we experience as children, things that we will be triggered and reminded of and shown and revealed, things that we did not receive as children, things that we needed as children. So whether you are, single and balancing that feminine and masculine within, if you've been working on your mother-father wounds, we're going to start to feel all over again. We're going to start to experience in our outer world certain triggers from our childhood, so that they can be revealed to us. It is not necessarily them happening all over again, because we have a choice in the matter. Our childhood wounds are coming up in the present moment to show us. They're coming up to reveal to us what is inside. So the childhood wounds are showing up. Things are happening in our reality that are triggering something that happened to us as a kid. So now we know, okay, this is triggering my inner child. That points to something that happened as a child, and Okay, so the reason this is repeating itself, the reason that it is showing up in your reality is to reveal itself to you, to show you your childhood wounds, to show you where your wounds are through your external reality, but also it is showing up because it is in your DNA, because it is in your energy, it is in your subconscious, which means you are naturally just going to manifest that because it's in your subconscious. It's a childhood wound, a wound that is currently present within. So we're naturally going to manifest that energy on the outside because it's already there. So what we need to do to create that change, in order not to repeat our childhood wounds, in order not to re-experience the hurt of our childhood, and to keep having reoccurring situations that trigger us from childhood, is to pay attention to when we get triggered by certain things in our external world. And we know that they're related to our inner child, like I said, when there is a balance of that feminine and masculine. So whether we're in a relationship, whether we are having our first child, whether children have been surrounded, whether you've been having dreams of children, all of these are keys and signs and synchronicities that you are going through inner child healing right now. Okay, so back to what I said. These things are experienced. Mouthful. Okay, let me take a deep breath. Whew. These things are appearing in the outer world because, once again, like I said, they're manifesting naturally because that energy is within you. That wound is still present, and it is trying to show you what's within so that you don't repeat that. So the way that we can not repeat our childhood wounds by the things that we are triggered by in the external world is we respond differently. Okay? So I'm trying to think of an example. Say like whether we're in a relationship or whether we are just within self and we're balancing, like I said, our feminine and masculine. Whatever situation there is with self, that there is a feminine and a masculine element, whether it's within or we are in a relationship. And for us to be in a relationship where that happens, it has to come from within first. So whether it's just within or it's within and in a relationship, that balance of feminine and masculine. Dang, I'm talking so much I done lost my train of thought. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Okay, so wherever that balance is, I'm going to give an example of a childhood wound showing up. Say in our childhood, whether from our mother or our father, we did not receive enough attention or love. Maybe we were neglected by one of each parent, a mother or a father, or maybe one of each parent was absent. Okay? So in our childhood, we had to learn to cope with that absence with something else. In our childhood, we only know how to protect ourselves. We typically aren't conscious of the certain wounds that we're going through. We just know survival. As children, we learn how to cope through just different coping mechanisms. We learn how to cope. We learn how to escape. We learn how to deal with it, the trauma, the hurt, the pain, subconsciously. And we create these subconscious coping mechanisms that allow us to survive the trauma. So let's say we were neglected by one or two parents. Let's go with the mother. Say our mother neglected us. She didn't give us enough attention. She didn't give us enough love, did not nurture us like we really needed to. So we have this wound of needing mothering energy, nurturing energy. So subconsciously we may develop a eating habit, overeating, and getting that nurturing mothering energy from food, and that comfort that we seek from our mother. Now we get that from food. So we created that coping mechanism as a child to deal with that wound instead of dealing with it head on because we didn't know how to at the time. So we created that coping mechanism of eating. Now into our adulthood, let's say we're in a relationship or let's say we're single and we're starting to work on our wounds, our mother-father wounds, and we're starting to overeat again. We find ourselves being really bothered by our bodies and not accepting our body and having a really unhealthy relationship with food and Okay, so that is an inner child wound showing up because it's repeating the cycle. It's showing you, okay, there's something there. There's something you need to fix, and you need to find the root of it, which is a inner child wound. So we would do, just after doing like inner work and just reflecting, maybe journaling a little bit or praying or meditating, we figure out, oh wow, I've been craving creamy, soft foods, baked goods, cookies, things that give me comfort of the sort, because I've been searching for and needing a mothering energy, which relates back to my childhood. So what do you do in that moment in order not to repeat that cycle, in order not to give that energy to your future children when you do have a child? You respond differently. So instead of getting your comfort through food and overeating, you learn how to get comfort from your own inner mother, or you can or you can do both of these things, and or forgive your mother. Forgive your mother when you were a child. Maybe look at what situation she had going on, what wounds she was dealing with. Dig into your mother wound. Look at, like I said, maybe why she was neglecting you, maybe why she couldn't be around, why she couldn't provide that comfort. Did she get that comfort? Is this just another generational wound from her mother? Or what trauma did she experience? Learn more about your mother and why those things happen, so you can gain compassion. And start to learn like why that happened again, and understanding, like I said, gain compassion and learn to let that hurt go. Because that wound is there because that hurt is still there. Okay? So learning to let that hurt go piece by piece. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be a process. Letting that hurt go piece by piece and starting to forgive. Starting you to forgive your mother. So placing yourself back as an inner child in those moments and saying like, dang, maybe, like I said, this was generational wound. My mother didn't learn how to nurture because her mother didn't nurture her. She went through a super painful experience growing up that turned off her feminine senses, so she was in her masculine and didn't know how to nurture me like I needed to. So now you're gaining compassion and understanding. Now you're starting to forgive your mother. So now that you're placing yourself in your inner child and feeling those wounds again, you are allowing that wound, that pain, that trauma to come up. Because it's been revealed to you in the outer world, you're allowing it to come up by feeling it, and then you're going to forgive, and you are going to let that go. Breathe that out. Let that go. Let go of that hurt, that energy, that resentment, holding on to that energy. Because now you understand. Now you have compassion for it. So now you're letting that go because you know it wasn't personal. You know that you don't have to hate your mother or despise her or resent her because you know it wasn't personal. It wasn't her fault. So you can let that energy go and respond differently. Look at your eating habits and not get your comfort from those ice creams and cookies and cakes and soft, sweet foods anymore to ignore and suppress and bury that wound. But instead, when that wound comes up, just practicing breathing, letting go, forgiving your own inner mother, loving your actual mother, maybe having a conversation with her to allow those words to come out. Healing is expressing, so maybe having a conversation if you're able to. Unfortunately, some of us aren't able to. Maybe your mothers aren't here anymore. Maybe that relationship is completely toxic, you know? But we can still do this from a distance. You can still express yourself without needing a response back. So yeah, I think I'm getting like just talking a lot right now. But Spirit is basically just saying that there is a sense of love from within. And love is balance. This is the 4 of crystals right here. We see these 4 crystals, these 4 kind of elements. Love is the balance of everything. Love is the feminine and the masculine energy. Love is the physical and the spiritual realm. Love is light and darkness. Love is mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional energy. The 4 elements. Earth, water, fire, air that create life. So, the 4, the feminine and the masculine on both sides are going to be your earth and water are feminine. Your air and fire are your masculine. So you put those together, which are 4 elements. You put those together, you have 2 sides of the coin. You have duality. which is love. Like I said, the essence of love, the energy of love. So wherever that is showing up for you in your life, whether that is within and also reflecting on the outside in your relationship, where there's a balance of feminine and masculine, Spirit is really triggering us right now to heal our inner child wounds, to really look at what hurt us as children and what hurt are we holding on to that is making us heavier, that is weighing us down, okay? And the reason that we are being shown these childhood wounds right now is because there is some growth that is trying to happen. There is a breakthrough, which is what this card says. There is a breakthrough that is trying to happen. But in order to break through the glass ceiling, in order to break through and to elevate, we have to release heavy things that we're holding on to that aren't serving us, i.e. childhood wounds, okay? So that's the thing about the healing journey. That's the thing about learning how to love self, and also learning how to be in a union where there is true love and balance. Wounds and childhood wounds are going to show up, and they're going to show up heavy because we have subconsciously suppressed them and learned to cope with these things throughout life, through different things, through TV, through sex, through working out, through drugs, smoking, drinking, through, like I said, overeating, having a bad relationship with food, through tons of different things. The way that we cope with our childhood, those things are going to come back, and they're going to show up, and they're going to reveal themselves. And it's not to punish us. It is not to repeat scenarios, and we have to know that. We have to know that they're showing up so that it does not repeat. And the way that we make sure they do not repeat is we change the way we react. We change our response, and that is how we shift that flow of energy into a whole different lane. And we can heal and let go of our childhood trauma so we don't have to pass that down to our children. And so that we can have those breakthroughs that we truly desire, okay? In order to have breakthroughs and to have huge moments of, quantum leaps, big leaps of success, big changes, we have to heal childhood trauma, okay? That is just part of it. I don't like it any more than you guys, so it's a lot, but it's just, that's the reality of things, and in actuality, it is really a blessing to be able to go back and look at where we went wrong and be able to change the energy, change the cycle for, our future offspring, so we don't recreate generational curses. So yes, I'm gonna go ahead and end this tea talk here. This was a great episode, beautiful, good message for myself as well, so I give gratitude to the divine, the most high. If you guys are interested in being a guest on Tea Talk, I'll link the guest form down below where you can sign up for a chance to be next and featured so we can have a dope conversation. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video here, this podcast here. Wish you guys a beautiful and abundant day. Tap into your inner child, tap into children, hang out with children and embrace them, and figure out your reactions and figure out your responses to those children, and that'll show you where you are with your own childhood wounds right now. So yes, have a beautiful day, my loves.